Hello, everybody. I'm actually live today. A lot of times I take a video and then post it after I've done the video rather than going live because I'm just kind of an introvert and I'm a better writer than a speaker, so sometimes this isn't always my forte, but today I wanted to pop on for day 2 of our forest bathing challenge. Which is we're just doing a quick 5-day challenge in the Forest Bathing Central Facebook group, which is where this is being shot right now. And we are in my actual sit spot. This is at the back corner of our property behind our house. You might hear the kids in the background. My sitter is at the front in the pool with them. So so this is my sit spot back here. All the sounds that you're hearing, this is what I hear all the time. Hey Lori. So today is day 2 of the forest bathing challenge, and this is just a quick challenge, just quick little exercises that you can do in like 15 minutes or less. Today is like only a minute or two. The video might be longer than a minute or two, but the actual exercise is only a minute or two, something you can do anywhere. And it's just a challenge to get you outside, get you in nature. It gives you a purpose and a meaning behind getting in nature, so you're not just sitting in nature like, what do I do now? So that's the purpose of this. And this is day 2, and I just thought I'd go live today. So today I wanted to talk about feet, which is kind of, weird. It could be a fetish or something for someone, but for me, I think about feet as like little explorers that we often trap inside of shoes. And around my house right now, I'm barefoot. I'm always barefoot. I love to be barefoot because your feet are another way to experience nature. If you're always in shoes, you miss out on that opportunity. So I love going barefoot in nature. I'm barefoot in nature right now. That's what this exercise is about. And if you've been over at the blog, you've hopefully read the article about grounding, and maybe you've done your own research on grounding, which basically putting your feet in the grass, on the ground, on the planet's surface somewhere, it actually balances out your ions in your body, and the ions are actually antioxidants. And this is scientific. Like, I would not have believed this if I hadn't seen the studies. There's quite a few studies about this and the actual balancing act that it does by putting your feet in the ground, just like you ground when you have to fill up a gas can, which I just had to do a bunch of those for my husband, and I kept yelling at my son, put it on the ground, put it on the ground. You have to ground a gas can when you're filling it with gas. It has to be on the ground, because if it's not, the ions can get off kilter. It can cause a spark and cause an explosion. So the same way, your body does the same thing when you have 2 feet on the ground. It balances out so you're not positively charged. Okay, so there's a whole article going into the science about that on forestbathingcentral.com/blog. I believe it's one of the last blog posts on there. So if you head over there, you can learn more about grounding. Just don't mind me, I have my notes in front of me, so I have all my thoughts on paper right in front of me. So if I'm looking down here, that's what I'm doing. So anyway, along with your feet, now there's something on YouTube that's become quite a hit, and it's called ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. So you can watch videos of people brushing their hair, or whispering, or I think there's cat purrs and all that kind of thing. And the point is they have a relaxing effect. So some people are able to fall asleep to those sounds. And it's a pleasurable feeling. It's a positive energy type feeling. And there's some science going into this, but there's not a whole lot of research behind it. So there's not a whole lot of science backing this up yet. I anticipate that it probably will, but assuming that this is real, which it must be because there's so much about it right online. So the autonomous sensory meridian response is that feeling you get like, okay, have you ever seen those, like, they're like a device shaped like this. They come out at Christmas a lot, and they're like scalp massagers. So like you put it on your scalp and turn it, and it like has a pleasurable feeling, right? Or even when you go to the hairdresser and they're playing with your hair or whatever, and that, I love that feeling. I love going to the hairdresser, just having somebody touch my hair. There's something about that. So this response also happens like when you run your feet over the grass. It starts to stimulate the nerves in your feet, which there's a ton of nerves in your feet, ton of pores. Like there's a lot of sensory stuff in your feet. So when you're walking over grass, brushing your feet over the grass, it gives you that ASMR response. And it, when I was reading about it, what it said was that it wakens your sensory cells. And then the exercise that we're going to do is sort of, it has a repetitive rhythmic pattern to it. So all of these come together and give you a physical and an emotional response, like a pleasurable, buzzy, tingling feeling. And it's easy to do. You can do it anywhere. This is just, all you need is grass. If you can get further out into nature than that, that's best. But so I'm going to take you through just a quick little like 30-second exercise here. All it is rubbing your feet through the grass, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to grab the camera here and point it down. There is a cat at my feet as well. So, okay, let me turn the camera. So if you want to do this with me, just get your feet in the grass, and you can either rub side to side or forward and back. And just do this for like 30 seconds. And, you know, take in the view while you're there. There's my kitty. This is our outdoor cat, Cupcake. Her mom came to us, I think the day before Christmas 2 years ago, and had 5 babies, and she's one of them. She's the last one left. She's kind of our outdoor mouser cat. Anyway, so keep going with your feet. This is just, you can feel all your sensory cells waking up in your feet. Sort of got like a nice effect. I don't know, I like it. You feel like a kid. I'm like sitting in a chair, an actual chair in my sit spot, like dangling my feet and kicking around like a kid. For a reason though. Okay, so then after like 30 seconds, just stop and feel that tingling effect. You can still feel it in your feet when you stop. So it's kind of a cool exercise you can do. This is it. This is just rubbing your feet in the grass. You're going to get the grounding effects. You're going to get the ASMR effects and that pleasure feeling we were talking about. So this is something to keep in mind when you're, I don't know, in the bleachers at your kid's football game, which I'm going to find myself soon. If you're at a concert, waiting in between music, you know, wherever you are, this is a really great exercise to just awaken your senses some more, give you that ASMR response, that pleasure feeling, that tingly energy via your feet. So I hope this was informational. Like I said, check out the blog. There is the post about grounding there that makes this whole thing make sense about grounding. And then maybe I'll write a post soon about the ASMR effect and this whole thing that we're talking about here. So happy day 2, and I will see you tomorrow.